Well, hello everyone! Today is again Friday, which means it's time for another field trip. Today we have an Art About the Book program, and the story we're going to be reading is called Henry Hikes to Fitchburg. In this story, Henry and his friend are going on an adventure, and they're both taking different ways to get there. So let's jump right in and see what they're doing. One summer day, Henry and his friend decided to go to Fitchburg to see the country. "I'll walk," said Henry. "It's the fastest way to travel." "I'll work," Henry's friend said, "until I have the money to buy a ticket to ride the train to Fitchburg. We'll see who gets there first." If you look, you can see that it says Fitchburg is 30 miles away. We're going to use this line to help us follow Henry's journey. He's starting with 30 miles to go. When he gets to Fitchburg, he'll have 0 miles left. His friend waved. "Enjoy your walk," he said. Henry walked down the road to Fitchburg. "Enjoy your work," he called back. Henry's friend filled the wood box in Mrs. Alcott's kitchen. 10 cents. Henry hopped from rock to rock across the Sudbury River. We can also keep track of the money that Henry's friend is earning. For helping Mrs. Alcott in the kitchen, he earned 10 cents. His friend swept out the post office. 5 cents. Henry carved a walking stick. 25 miles to Fitchburg. Now, for helping in the post office, Henry's friend has earned 5 cents. And Henry has 25 miles left to walk to Fitchburg. Henry's friends pulled all the weeds from Mr. Hawthorne's garden. 15 cents. Henry put ferns and flowers in a book and pressed them. Now Henry's friend has earned 15 more cents for helping in the garden. His friend painted the fence in front of the courthouse. 10 cents. Henry walked on stone walls. Painting that fence earned Henry's friend 10 more cents for his train ticket. Henry's friend moved the bookcases in Mr. Emerson's study. 15 cents. Henry climbed a tree. 18 miles to Fitchburg. Moving those big, heavy bookcases earned Henry's friend 15 more cents. And Henry's done a lot of walking. He's 18 miles away from Fitchburg. His friend carried water to the cows grazing on the grass in town. 5 cents. Henry made a raft and paddled up the Nashua River. Henry's friend earned 5 more cents giving water to the cows. Henry's friend cleaned out Mrs. Thoreau's chicken house. 10 cents. Henry crossed a swamp and found a bird's nest in the grass. 12 miles to Fitchburg. Keeping that chicken house cleaned earned Henry's friend 10 more cents. Henry is now only 12 miles from Fitchburg. His friend carried flour from the mill to the village baker. 20 cents. Henry found a honey tree. That flour must have been heavy. It earned Henry's friend 20 cents. Let's see how much Henry's friend has earned now. 10 plus 5 is 15. 15 plus 15 is 30. 30 plus 10 is 40. 40 plus 15 is 55. 55 plus 5 is 60. 60 plus 10 is 70. 70 plus 20 is 90. Henry's friend has earned 90 cents. Henry's friend ran to the train station to buy his ticket to Fitchburg. 90 cents. Henry jumped into a pond. 7 miles to Fitchburg. Henry's friend used his 90 cents to buy his train ticket. Now he's on his way to Fitchburg. Henry is well on his way too. He's only 7 miles away now. His friend sat on the train in a tangle of people. Henry ate his way through a blackberry patch. Henry's friend got off the train at Fitchburg Station just as the sun was setting. Henry took a shortcut, 1 mile to Fitchburg. Henry's friend has made it to Fitchburg, and Henry is so close. He's only 1 mile away now. His friend was sitting in the moonlight when Henry arrived. The train was faster, he said. Henry took a small pail from his pack. I know, he smiled. I stopped for blackberries. Henry and his friend have both made it to Fitchburg. Henry walked the whole 30 miles. That certainly was a long journey to Fitchburg. But going on an adventure kind of sounds like fun. So today we're going to make our own adventure books. Let's talk about what you're going to need. I've got some paper here. This is just construction paper, but you can use really any type of paper. A stapler. A glue stick. Some fun things to add into your book. This is mostly paper and feathers, but you can use anything you have, whatever you find. You could even look around outside. Maybe you'll find some flowers or some leaves, whatever you want. Some coins. And these are stickers, but you don't have to have sticker coins. You could print some out or draw your own. Some crayons or whatever you want to use to color. And a piece of string. To start, we're going to take our paper, and I like to line up both pieces, and we're going to fold them in half. So they look just like this, like you're folding a card. And then we're going to take it and fold it in half one more time. They look just like that. Next, we're going to unfold them so that we have 2 pieces of folded paper, and we're going to stack them on top of each other. And I'm just going to fold those one more time, make sure they stay. And this is where we're going to need our stapler. So you're going to take the folded edge and staple it together. I just put 2 staples in it, which makes it a book. So now we've got our book ready, we got to think about our cover. So you can draw your cover however you want. Think about maybe if you want a title, what cover picture you're going to have on it. So I'm going to use just my crayons for this. I'm just going to color it. Drew my cover. Now we're going to open it up to our first page and think about where we're starting our adventure. Where are you right now? I'm at my house, so I'm going to draw my house on here. You can draw wherever your adventure is going to start from on your first page. So there's my first page. I drew my starting point, which is my house. Now we're going to skip some pages. We're going to flip to our last page and think about where you're going on your trip. I'm going to go to the mountains. So I'm going to draw some mountains here. There are my mountains that I'm going to go visit. Now it's time to flip back to where we drew our starting point. And it's time to think about how we're going to get to where we're going. What is our adventure going to be? I think my mountains are going to be in a different country. So I'm going to take a plane there. But maybe you're going to walk or ride your bike. Maybe you're going to take a bus or a train like Henry's friend. So we're going to draw how we're going to get to our adventure. There's an airplane flying through the sky to get to the mountains. Now we're going to turn the page. And we got to hear about some of what Henry saw. He saw rivers and stone walls. He found some blackberries. So what are you going to see on your adventure? Maybe you're going to find some cool forests. You're going to see a pond. Whatever you're going to see or find. So this is a good time to use all of those things you can glue in. Think about what you're going to see on your adventure. You're going to put that on these pages. And on the page right before you get to your final destination. So on my adventure, I'm going to see an airport because I'm flying, and I also need money to get my plane ticket. Here's a plane taking off. I used paper to make the plane. I'm also probably going to see some birds, and here's their feathers. And lastly, I'm going to see a forest on the way to the mountains. So that is your book. Now this fell on the floor. And we're going to take our piece of string now. It's the last step. And you need your piece of string to be long enough to tie around your book. So I'm going to open it back up to the middle and put my string in. And then I'm just going to tie it in a bow. Just like that, you have your adventure book. Now you can go have your adventure, and we'll see you next Friday for Field Trip Friday.